Hello friends, this is our first video of Odoo technical tutorial, and today I will show how to create a custom module in Odoo 13. Let us start. So this is the PyCharm IDE I am using. The PyCharm IDE for Odoo development. Here we can see the terminal. Okay, then we are opening this terminal and then move to the Odoo 13 folder, and you can see an Odoo bin file here. Then you can just run that Odoo bin. The server starts running and we can log in to our Odoo server. So this is the Odoo server logged in, and which doesn't contain any custom modules for now. Then we are going to create a new custom module for this server. Okay, then next first step is create a new folder in your workspace. Usually this folder will be the project name. Under this folder only we are going to create our custom add-ons. Usually these custom add-ons we are naming, it will be the project name, and now I am choosing Odoo custom add-ons as my project name. So here I am creating a new add-on for our project, and I am naming it as Odoo custom only. Okay, for creating a custom add-on we just need two files only initially. That is, one is init.py and the other is manifest file. Okay, in the init file we are going to import all the Python file we are going to use. So for now we are not going to use any Python file, so we are keeping this init file as empty. Next is the manifest file. Manifest file contains the whole information about the module. So just copying the contents here. So this will be the manifest file contents, and I am explaining one by one the each things. Okay, so first of all, what is name? This is a non-technical name of a module. While just changing this name, it doesn't affect any changes on our module. So now for our purpose I am creating the name as Odoo tutorial, and this is the version. If a module developed in version 13, the version in the manifest file will be 13.0.1.0.0, and the last 3 digit, 1.0.0 here, will make the sense. So that is this. Let us keep this as x and this as y and this as z. So here the x increment, whenever any changes happen in the model or any view, if you are going to change anything inside the model view, we are going to change this number, incrementing this number. And let us give this as y. This will increment when the module upgrade needed. And z, the last digit, if we are going to fix any bugs inside our module, we are upgrading these revisions. Simple. Next is category. Usually if you are not giving any category, it will be considered as an uncategorized category. That means uncategorized one, that is not, doesn't have any category, it is by default. Usually in Odoo there are a lot of category like accounting, sales, human resource, localizations, manufacturing, point of sale, etc. So next is summary. Summary is a brief statement about the module. Description means a long statement about the module. Simply that means we can include the whole working of a module inside the description. Next is author who are developing this module, and the website means the author's website. That's it, sir. Next is depends. Depends or dependency means, if you are going to, let's consider an example as we are going to customize a sale order. For this we need a custom module for customization. For if you are creating a custom module for sale customization, here we will put the sale. That means it will depend upon it will depend to the sales module only. This is what the purpose of this depends. And the data file includes the view level things, and view level things, security level, and if you are going to write any schedulers, all those things are mentioned inside the data. Demo will be the demo data only. If you are going to give any demo data for our module, we just need to mention that particular file inside this demo. And QWeb means the QWeb template, that is we can use its scripting templates also for using the JavaScript level of changes. We are going to consider the QWeb templates, and also that QWeb templates we can mention inside this folder. Okay, this installable means true means this if we can keep, if we need to module, if we want our module to keep in uninstalled, then we can use the install as false. Next is auto install. We don't need an auto install, means we just keep it as false. So this is what the init and manifest file contains. So now the next step is we are going to add our custom add-ons with the running server. So this is our project folder. We are adding that folder along with our add-ons file. Okay, so the add-ons file path I have taken. Next step is we need to upgrade our module list. For this we need to change this into a developer mode. For changing into developer mode, we just add an extra argument along with our URL into question mark debug equal to 1. See, this will be automatically changes into developer mode. No need of clicking any menu mode. Next is just update the app list. See, our module is here. Whatever we mentioned inside the manifest file, it will show here only. If we click this button, means it will install. For now there is no any particular features we mentioned inside our module. So this is just a video for explaining how to create a module. While the coming videos will be, I will explain how to create a new model and how to create we can customize these modules, and we can order how to add the Python file and XML files and all. Okay, thanks for watching our video, and please post your comments under the comment box. If you like the videos, please like and share our videos. Thank you.